Houston dripped with swagger, candy-painted Cadillacs glinted under the Texas sun. Music pulsed from every storefront, a symphony of ambition and rhythm. In the heart of this vibrant city, dreams were born and shattered every day. The air crackled with the promise of fortune and the sting of loss. This was the world that birthed Little Rosé. He wasn't born with a silver spoon, but he possessed a hunger that glittered brighter than any jewel. From the streets where dreams were hustled, Little Rosé rose. He chased the rhythm of success with the same fire that ignited Houston's soul. His lyrics were raw, his beats were infectious, and his rise was meteoric. Little Rosé became synonymous with Houston's hustle. Little Rosé's voice boomed from car speakers and club sound systems. His rhymes painted vivid pictures of street life, of dreams realized and battles fought. 5 hit singles cemented his place in the rap game. Money flowed, fast and furious. But Little Rosé was shrewd. He knew the streets could swallow you whole. He invested in brick and mortar, securing his future. Real estate became his fortress, a testament to his journey from the streets to the penthouse suites. He had climbed out of the darkness, leaving a trail of hit songs and property deeds in his wake. Little Rosé had made it. He was a millionaire. Behind the bling and bravado, Little Rosé harbored a secret. He yearned for a love as real as the streets he'd conquered. He found solace in the arms of many women, fathering 7 children along the way, but none captured his heart like Tiara. Tiara was different. She saw past the fame and fortune. She glimpsed the vulnerability beneath the braggadocio. She loved him, flaws and all. He loved her too, with a depth he never thought possible. But commitment terrified him. Marriage felt like a cage to a bird who had tasted the sky, so he kept Tiara close, but not close enough. Fame has a price. The higher Little Rosé climbed, the more he craved escape. His solace came in the form of a white powder. Cocaine whispered promises of oblivion, of temporary relief from the pressures of his success. The drug became a crutch, a dangerous companion on his journey. The nights grew longer, fueled by substances and bad decisions. He would stumble home, his eyes glazed, his words slurred. The scent of his demons clung to him, a bitter perfume that masked the aroma of success. Tiara watched, her heart breaking a little more with each passing night. She begged him to stop, to choose her and their life together, but the lure of the drug was too strong. Section 5. The final act. The night was thick with humidity, the air heavy with foreboding. Little Rosé staggered through the door of his mansion. His eyes were vacant, his steps heavy. The music of the streets had been replaced by the deafening roar of his addiction. Tiara waited, her face etched with worry. Her love for him battled with the growing despair in her heart. Brandon, Little Rosé's younger brother, sat silently in the shadows. He watched the scene unfold, his expression unreadable. He had always envied his brother's success, his charisma, his hold over Tiara. Little Rosé mumbled something incoherent, his words lost in a haze of drugs and exhaustion. He collapsed onto the couch, his body surrendering to the night. He never woke up. Section 6. Whispers of Betrayal. The morning dawned bright and cruel. The mansion, usually alive with music and laughter, was shrouded in silence. The air was thick with the scent of grief and suspicion. Tiara found him, her screams echoing through the empty halls. Little Rosé was gone, his life extinguished on the very couch where he sought solace. Whispers of foul play began to circulate. The police arrived, their faces grim, their questions sharp. Tiara, her eyes swollen with tears, could only shake her head in disbelief. Brandon, his face pale and drawn, offered condolences, but his eyes darted nervously around the room. Section 7. The morning after. Houston mourned the fallen star. Radio stations played his music in tribute. Fans gathered outside his mansion, their grief palpable. Inside, the atmosphere was heavy with suspicion and unspoken accusations. The investigation began, casting a long shadow over those closest to Little Rosé. Tiara, cloaked in grief, became the prime suspect. Her love for Little Rosé was undeniable, but so was his refusal to marry her. Had her patience finally snapped? Had she grown tired of his infidelity, his addiction? Section 8. A Mother's Tears. The mothers of Little Rosé's children arrived, each carrying their own burden of grief. They huddled together, united in their loss, their tears a testament to the complicated man who had fathered their children. Some were consumed by anger, blaming Tiara for his demise. Others wept openly, their cries echoing the pain of their children, now fatherless. Amidst the chaos, Tiara remained stoic, her face a mask of grief. She held little Rosé's youngest child, a boy who would never know his father, in her arms. The child's innocence was a stark reminder of the life that had been cut short, the future that would never be. Section 9. The investigation. The police questioned everyone. They dug into little Rosé's past, uncovering a web of jealousy, envy, and betrayal. His fame and fortune had attracted a coterie of hangers-on, each with their own motives and secrets. The investigation turned into a media frenzy, every detail dissected and debated. The cause of death was inconclusive. Was it an accidental overdose, a deliberate poisoning? The lines between truth and speculation blurred. The investigation dragged on, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and shattered lives in its wake. Section 10. A brother's shadow. Brandon, once a background figure in his brother's life, now found himself thrust into the spotlight. Rumors swirled about his relationship with Tiara. Whispers of an affair, fueled by envy and resentment, became public knowledge. His denials rang hollow, his eyes betraying a secret he desperately tried to conceal. The police suspected Brandon, but they lacked concrete evidence. They knew he had motive, but could he have gone so far as to kill his own brother? The question hung heavy in the air, poisoning the already toxic atmosphere. Section 11. Legacy of Love and Loss. Little Rosé's death remained a mystery. No one was ever charged. Tiara, forever linked to the tragedy, retreated from the public eye. She raised her son, the spitting image of his father, surrounded by the ghosts of their love and loss. Little Rosé's music lived on, a bittersweet reminder of his talent and his demons. His story became a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the land of opportunity, even with fame and fortune within reach, some demons could not be outrun. Little Rosé's legacy was a tapestry woven with threads of love, betrayal, and the ever-present shadow of addiction. He was a son of Houston, forever etched in the city's heart, a tragic hero whose story continued to resonate long after the music stopped.